Right. Assalamualaikum. Good evening, Hema, Yati. Hema, I think you can just let your video as is. Your audio is still okay. Maybe you guys wanna type in the chat or just share out loud what is one thing you would like to challenge yourself to next, or if this is something that you're still kind of thinking, because why am I asking you this when we barely started the year, right? So keep this at the back of your head for the session, because we will revisit this question later. Okay. All right. So welcome to Global Teacher Conversation. A few Zoom norms I want to go through with you guys. You can mute when you're not speaking. Anytime that you want to speak, you can unmute yourself. Switch on your video if possible. If there's a technical difficulties like earlier, so you can switch off your videos. Participate, don't be shy, right? We stand by our three pillar principles. Number one is being respectful. We are mindful of how we speak, how we behave, and how we communicate with each other. And we are also supportive in ways that we give space and we give time for our partners, for our other members to share about stuff, to share opinions, to ask questions and give answers. We also participate in the way that we engage with each other and we show interest towards one another. Right. So as communicated in the text in our group and also in the email, tonight is actually our final session for our 2022 chapter. So we'll have some plenary activity. We start with classroom stories first this time. So it's a little back quick from what we used to have. So we start with classroom stories first. We do a little bit of reflection for our sessions throughout conversation 1 to conversation 10, and then we have our second breakout, or we can just have a main room conversation here, and then we'll have another reflection followed by closing announcement at the time. Right, we'll start with our plenary activity, where in the world. Now Ayati, Hema, me, myself included, we will pick a country that you think you would like to go to, okay, or a country that you think will suit your personality. So you type 3 clues about the country on the screen so you can annotate, or you type the 3 clues in the chat. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay, so let's say Yati think of one country. So you give 3 clues about the country either by annotating on the screen, or you put 3 clues about the country in the chat. Hello, Anne. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. We just started, Anne. So
Okay. Just give me a while I'm like having my dinner, and then I will come on visible.
Sure. No problem. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here only.
Okay. So later on, Anne, Hema, and myself will guess what country is Yati's talking about. Patli, Assalamualaikum. Welcome.
Hi, salam. Hello.
Hi, we just started. Okay, so
Yes.
you can read on the screen where in the world you pick country that you would like to go to, or you think this country suit my personality. So you type 3 clues about the country on the screen by annotation, or you use the chat function. Okay. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we'll start going around, and other members will guess that country based on your clues. Right, one more minute. It's not guessing time yet, Hema. I'm waiting for clues from Yeti and Fadli. Thirty seconds. Thank you, Yeti. Thank you, Fadli. This is difficult. You guys have difficult countries for me to guess. And
Siapa dia, Mak? Siapa dia?
all right. Okay. And this is in the middle of her dinner, so let's have her clues come in later. All right. You guys can unmute at any point of time, but I'm just going to read your clues one by one. From Hema's countries, her three clues are: number one, advanced in technology; two, well-mannered people in the world; three, most humble people. My country, my clues are: number one, this country have 4 seasons; number two, it's an Asian country; number three, many famous people comes from here. Okay. From Yeti's country is a Muslim country where Lisa Surihani and Beto did a movie, and it's a country of sweet dessert. Fadli's country, number one, known for its rain, for being rainy even in summer. Many famous poets. People there have a variety of weird accents. I think I know. I think I can guess. But let's go around. Yeti and Yeti and Hema, you guys wanna guess each other's countries first? Any one of you can go first.
The Tika one can be Japan.
Close. It's close.
Korea, South Korea.
Yes, correct.
Okay. For Hayati, I'm not very sure. Partly, very tough. Yes,
Hayati, Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Okay.
Really? Yeti, is that correct? Oh, yes, it's correct. Oh, Istanbul. Oh, all right. Okay. I can guess for Fadli. I think I know. This is the UK.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, but Hema, yours is a Fadli. You wanna guess what Hema's countries is?
Mine one very easy.
Japan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I really want to do easy Japan.
Oh, Japan. Okay. I was thinking of a European country. I don't know why I think of that. All right. Yeti, yes, you're saying something? You're on mute. Did you get any of your guess correct, Yeti?
Yes, Japan.
For Hema, is it?
Yes.
Mm.
I guess the other country. Japan actually.
All right. Just a very quick just very quick warm-up activity. I wish we can have different countries, but yeah, your guys' clues are quite challenging. But that's okay. Thank you so much. Let's dive in. So as I mentioned in the itinerary, we'll start off with classroom stories. Okay. So I'm opening the floor to you guys. Let's have about 15 minutes of classroom stories. So how we do classroom stories, first you share your classroom stories, and then it really depends on what you want to share here. It could be something that you have tried in your classroom and you want to share about it. Perhaps something that you have come across, like new strategies. So did it work? So what have worked and what did not? Or perhaps this is something that is still challenging you in terms of classroom management, or in terms of new technology, or in terms of whatever stories, or perhaps just having to deal with people around you in the context of a classroom, and this is something that you want to ask for help from other people. Think you need help, so you can ask away. Okay, I'll open the floor to you guys for about 15 minutes. We can sign up. Is there any recent stories that you guys want to share? Hi, Aisha, welcome. One, two, three.
Okay, I'll start first. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Patty.
Okay. Recently, okay, because I'm the class teacher for 5 UKM, and this UKM class is the first class in my school, Form 5. So they take these 4 killer subjects, basically, based physics, chemistry, and biology, and maths. And since Form 4, they've been having extra classes in the afternoon to 2:30 until 4, I guess, or 4:30. And then on weekends as well, they have GM and probably alternate, but weekends are not weekend for them. And even until today, one of the teachers actually wanted to do class. So in Johor, because we had so many public holidays last year because of the JDT war and a lot of the competition, so we had to replace today, this morning. So one of the teachers came to me and wanted to do this as a class with them for AdMath. So I told the teacher, well, publicly, when the admin told that today we are not going to have classes, but we're going to have like gotong royong, and then we have a farewell class party, so that every class will have something, fun to remember what happened in 2022. So we are closing 2022's chapter, basically. So the teacher actually fought bravely, and she wanted to have the class. So, but I asked my kids, so they didn't want the class. So basically, what happened here, in the past few months, my counselor, actually a friend of mine, did a survey, and she did this questionnaire about this, I think, mental health problem, about what these kids are handling. I got 18 kids, and half of them, I think, have the result of the survey and the questionnaire, I think, had the tendency of killing themselves. And their societal thoughts, what drive them actually feel this insanity and this intense class because of these classes. Actually, we are the apa kita panggil subject trust for us. We don't have any extra classes with them, so only the 4 subjects actually every single day from Form 4 until now. So so basically, at the end, I fought for them actually for this one day off. I said to the teacher, I said, can we just not have class for them just for today, for them to relax. And next week they're going to be having SPM, speaking, listening, and then coming up with the written test the next 2 weeks. The problem is actually here, what's still puzzling me is that, the teacher walked away and didn't talk to me because of what I said. So it was a heated discussion as well. So it turned out to be, I was ignored by many because I fought for the right. But many teachers, on the other hand, the other subject in the staff room, actually, they agreed with me. I think the kids need a breather in part of their life. And I want to bring, like, I think this is one of, I teach alternate classroom actually. I mean, like we got the chance to teach French classes, and then the next year we got a different class. So this is one of the years that I didn't never expect that it turned out to be like this. Okay, so that's my classroom stories. Fight for your kids, so that they don't try to kill themselves. By the way, those 18 kids, 16 of them are girls. I think girls. I'm trying to understand girls as well. Maybe because they are 18 years old nowadays, the SPM a few years back. Pass to you back, Atika. So that's my story.
Thank you, Fadli. I'm sure you bring up an interesting question. Like, is there a correlation between an age where there is always a higher tendency to suicidal thoughts? And is there a correlation between gender? Like you throw us a question out there. Do girls have a tendency to feel more suicidal than boys? Now, Fadli is the only guy here in the call tonight. Perhaps this is a question I also can ask everyone else here. Yati, Aisha, and Hema, what do you guys think? Is its age and gender is always a correlating factor when we talk about having a suicidal thought or having a mental health challenge? That's number one. Number two, from Fadli's stories also, when he mentioned that the students are not too happy and they're depressed because of classes, because of having too many classes of core subjects. So I also want to pose a question as an educator. Are we too much when it comes to educating our next generation as an educator? Because I for sure knew also from my personal experiences last time when I was in school, core subject teachers would really fight to have classes and have their syllabus covered. So let's say we missed classes because we have events or programs, they will have an extra or replacement class. But for other subjects, we rarely have replacement class, right? And then number two to think about classes as well. I'm quite sure you guys also have heard or have read about the need to just review our syllabus. Is our syllabus too much? Because at the end of the day, it's too much on the kids to digest. It's too much on the educators and the teachers to deliver. So there's two things that from Fadli's stories here that you can respond to. Number one, please respond to whether there's correlation to the gender and the age, maybe you from your own experience about having suicidal thoughts. Number two is on, are we too much on educating when it comes to core subjects?
Okay, can I share my experience?
Of course, go ahead, Aisha.
Yeah, there are two personal experiences that I just encountered with my girls. Okay, one, we had this student. She tried to, I don't know what she was trying to do. She will upload or put on her status the suicidal attempt. What we call that. Try to cut her. How I'm going to explain in Malay we say, try to cut the wrist. I don't know.
Yeah, wrist.
Yeah. And then the other one, she tried to had like one stack of Panadol, the whole packet. I don't know. Do we have it like 6 or 10? Okay, and then both are girls. Well, actually, these students we are having their exam next week. Okay, and then when we asked the first girl, we found out that she's having problem with the boyfriend, and the second one, the parents claim that the classmates are bullying her. All right, but from our experience as a teacher, those girls, they have their own problems, but they are trying to blame someone on whatever they are facing right now. And then when it comes to the exam, when the exam is around the corner, they will get mentally stressed, and they are not prepared. They're trying to say something to their parents, but then they're afraid to tell the whole story, and they will try to blame the teachers, blame the friends, but initially the problem is their self-defense or their self-esteem. So as an educator, I will try to understand the students. I will try also to comfort the parents, and we will play our part. Okay, but basically those students who have a family problem, they will have some other problems in their studies. So yeah, I think gender do correlate with the suicidal attempts. And number two, we are actually trying our best, to build good nation, better future for the nation. So teachers, we are not supposed to be blamed, whereby the students, they can always discuss with their parents and us. So this is one of the challenges of being an educator. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. Anyone else want to share? Yeti, if you have any response. Hema and
Can I?
hey, go ahead.
On my side, I don't know how to connect with the Aliran Perdana, right? The main course. So since I'm in a special education, I think the duration of the course for the special needs today is not much enough, because we really have to train their skills. We have to train their not only skills in the course, but the soft skills, the hard skills, and then we have to make the students understand the situation. The duration 2 years is not enough. So previously there was 3 years, but they're reduced to 2 years. So I think for the special needs students, for vocational, I think they have to put some more extra effort to give the best for the special needs students. But for the mainstream, I really don't know how to make a connection with that.
All right, Hema. I hear you. And Yati, anything from your side you need to share or respond to Fazli's story?
Hi. I am wondering about the gender, because my students, vocational student, we have a lot of, we have actually male students. So, yeah, in class, if we have 30% in class, there is only 2%, two girls in the class. So I don't know, and I'm still wondering what happened to my student, especially stories before. And uh, and the second one is are we much too much are we too much educated? Is it right?
The question was, are we being too much
Oh,
are we being too much for having all this extra and replacement classes?
the syllabus and other side.
Yes.
In vocational, we also have some challenging, I think big challenge also. The first thing is the student self-esteem, is Malaysia say, Aisha say, and we have a problem to overcome all the syllabus about occasional. Like nowadays, we have 14 weeks to make sure our syllabus is happening. But what we have to do to this student is they have to write a worksheet. The worksheet is they must be done in 14 weeks. Um, I don't know how to say, but when the students from other school come to vocational, for the vocational, we have to make sure this kind of students, this group of students, have to finish all the works. So we don't have time to what we say is to ask them about the background, about the problems. Yeah, we have to make sure our syllabus is fulfilled before uh, they finish their semester. So I still wondering what happened. I still wondering, is it my students, two students, the girl student is having the same problem as Fazli or Aisha? Because we are focused on the the male one. So I still want that one lah. So,
Okay. Right. And are you still having dinner? I guess she is.
I'm done.
Hi. All right. I hope you have heard
Sorry.
Fadli's stories just now. Maybe you have anything that you want to chip in about that?
I had a call, sorry.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Anne. Take a
This
breath.
happens when you are away from home.
Right. Take a breath. Okay. Don't worry. So I'm hearing a little bit of everything from everyone, right? So Aisha was mentioning about what she think she can do to at least help out. Is number one is by trying to understand the student's point of view as to why his students is having suicidal thoughts and having suicidal attempts, right? And also when parents get into the picture, she also mentioned of how she can play a role by comforting the parents, right? This is in a given situation where we knows what happened to the students and the students want to tell their stories to us, right? We can also think about like what Yati said just now. The time that the time that she has to interact with her students is really packed with classes. It's really packed with finishing syllabus. It's really packed with making sure that her students finish all the worksheets in the 14 weeks, that she doesn't have time to engage with the students. So she's left wondering whether her students are okay, right? And compared to the mainstream school, Hema mentions about how vocational schools need more time actually. Which also the very questions that we all ask ourselves in the mainstream school as well, right? If you guys agree with me, does having more time is the solution for us to finishing syllabus, or is it back to the question that do we really need a very heavy duty syllabus in all our subjects, right? So I'm sure there are groups and communities around you, the teachers surround you who also have this kind of questions, and there are opportunities to join roundtables or discussion. I hope you guys join the discussion and you know, share your opinions regarding our syllabus. I mean, just a thought for me to throw out there with you guys. Would it make us less competent as a student leaving school if we minimize the number of syllabus? Or actually, it helped us give more time to the student to strengthen their foundation. What do we need? Do we need someone who knows a lot of things but on the very surface? Or do we need someone who is an expert of things but very few? The way I'm looking at it right now and the way the syllabus are designed right now, if you guys agree with me, we are asking our students to be experts in so many things. That's why the syllabus are so many and the syllabus are so detailed, right? If you look at it, you might have different views, but you can also look at other subjects to see if what I say is correct. In terms of the suicidal attempts, the you know, the suicidal thoughts, I think regardless of age and regardless of gender, when situation happens, some people will surrender to their emotion without proper guidance. They will tend to have, you know, bad thoughts, you know. So for me, because if we say, oh, 18, why at the age of 17, 18, it said 16, 17, 18, there's so many kids who say, oh, I'm having suicidal thoughts or I'm having suicidal attempts, right? 16, 17, 18 is where we put our big exams on. Right now it's only SPM left, right? 18. And if we go back to our own experience when we were students ourselves, 16, 17, 18 is when we start seeing other people in a different light. Boys will start seeing girls as, wow, girls. Girls will start seeing boys as, no longer as a friend when we were in, you know, standard 1, standard 2, and the 3. I don't care whether you're a boy or a girl, you are my friend. But when you're in 16, 17, 18, when you are more developed emotionally, you start seeing people in a different light. You start having feelings for people, and that's when a lot of us including us at some point in our life, thinking, oh, we start having romantic relationships. And this is when situation and environment happen. Environment for relationship. With relationship, they're bound to be well, fights. They're bound to be happy moments. They're bound to be breakups, right? When with breakups comes all this emotionally disturbing moments sometimes. So I think it's a lot more apparent in our 16, 17, 18, and with girls, because girls are more emotionally expressive. It doesn't mean that boys doesn't have suicidal thoughts, but they're usually, if you agree with me, usually they're not emotionally as expressive as girls. They will not tell you how this is what they're feeling. They will not tell you this is what I think. Or maybe because they don't know what they feel, or they don't know what they think at the moment. So yeah, thank you, Fadli, for very eye-opening classroom stories. Do you guys have maybe one more classroom story? If not, we can move on to our next slide. And do you have something you want to say? No? No problem. All right. Okay. We have done our first conversation. Now, as I mentioned to you guys, tonight is the final session for the 2022 chapter for GTC. So tonight what we're going to do is a themes roundtable. So we're going to go through all the 10 topics that we have gone through together, but I will not go through in detail. I'm sure some of you missed some of the session, and some of you joined some of the sessions. So we're just going to swiftly go through one by one. Okay. So on our very first meeting during the meet and greet, we have our first conversation. In the first conversation, we talked about our destination, my destination. And we talked about how starting our journey with the end in mind, right? When we say, what is your destination? What is your goal? What is your objective? And think about all the things that is related to your destination. Like you need to think, oh, at the end of the line, where is it that you want to be, right? So have you guys thought of your destination? As this was what, 6 months ago, six and a half months ago. I hope you guys have figured out your destination by now. And then in the second conversation, we talked about going on a journey, where we talked about setting vision for ourselves, for our students, and for our community. So we talked about destination just now in our first conversation, right? So where do you want to go? What is needed for you to go to this destination? And how do you get there, right? So destinations equals goal. What is your goal? Okay, what is needed? What is required for you to arrive at your destination, right? You need money, you need passport if you're going to other country. If you're flying, you need a boarding pass to get into the plane. So in terms of, let's say, career, right? The requirement could be something like skills or competence that is needed. How to go there? You may fly, you may take a train, you may take a bus, you can swim. In this life, how to get to your destination is defined by steps and processes. What are the steps? What are the processes for you to get there? And we talk about how getting to know these three things is also some transferable skills that you can share with your students, right? So students, they mention, oh, I want to be a doctor, and that's it. What is needed to be a doctor? Do you need a degree to be a doctor? And then how to be a doctor? What is the steps to be a doctor? How to apply to a medical degree? What is the process? Can you be a doctor just because you have a degree? You need to go to a residency, right? You need to have practical and all that. So we're not only telling them, hey, you need to study very hard, you need, or not hard, you need to study very well so that you get good careers. In life, there are so many kind of destination. There are so many kinds of goals that we need to achieve. So how to think of how to get there is as important as to getting that goal. And then conversation on our third conversation, we talk about readjusting with pandemic. So what have changed or what have maintained or what have been maintained as the pandemic restriction lifted? We talked about this. We were discussing about the change or about the sustainability approach. Was it better or was it challenging for you? And we also shared solutions or new way of working that you guys have tried. Now that we are readjusting, we were fully online with our classes last time, and now some of us are doing hybrid, some of us are doing fully physical classroom, right? And then we have our fourth conversation, understanding the education system. So we came from, like Yati and Hema came from vocational college, right? And the rest of you guys, me included, comes from the mainstream system. And we also have friends from other countries who also shared about education system and management. And education system, we talk about not only how the education system in Malaysia in general, we also talk about the education system in terms of how we manage our system in schools and also in our classroom. And then comes the conversation in the next session, conversation 5, self-empowering with financial literacy. This one, I skipped this one due to a personal commitment. This one was moderated by Jinsa. So I've heard lovely stories about how you guys share story times about financial literacy and how important it is for us as a person to actually be financial literate first, right? Because money is also one of the things that affect us in our life, right? So there are a lot of scams. There are also a lot of other opportunities. Like, how do we make sure that we can sustain with X amount of money for the rest of our life? Or do we have enough when we decided to not serve or work anymore? Right. And then we also dive into learning as educators. So why educators learn? So if you see the pyramid there, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of needs, like basic needs, psychological needs, and also self-fulfillment needs, right? So where are you in that pyramid right now when you learn? Is it a basic need for you? Or is it a psychological need for you because you want to feel accomplished? Or is it already at the part where it's just a self-fulfillment needs? I'm only learning because I want to achieve my full potential. And then we talk about our classroom. We talk about our students. We talk about the interior of a classroom, also our schools, right? This is when we start talking about our classroom stories. And then we also have assessment and management. Talk about the different types of assessment and how to manage assessment throughout. We have what we shared was diagnostic, formative, summative, interim, and benchmark assessment. And then we talked about acknowledging our own skills and competencies. How we do appreciation. we appreciate ourselves in a way that we acknowledge our strengths. And if you guys don't remember, we put out a simple letter for self. And then in our previous session, we go through crisis management, in which we go through social emotional learning. And we go through these core competencies, the 5 core competencies, and then we go through this part, right? Emotional intelligence quadrant, that for ourselves and also for our students. So I want you guys to, just go through just reflect through all of this sharing. We have had 10 diverse topics so far. So number 1, among all the topics that we have explored, right, through the sessions, which one do you think that you relate most with you? And then which portion of this experience was useful to you in life or in your profession? And how was it useful? Number 3, what other topics you would like to explore together with other members if you have the opportunity? So other topics, excluding the 10 topics that we already have explored in this chapter. Right, so I'll give you guys 3 minutes to just jot down notes for yourself if you need to. For point 1, 2, 3, and then we will start our 15 to 20 minutes open roundtable after 3 minutes. Okay. Oh, that's hi, Fadli's cat. If you have questions, you can just ask away. Fadli, you are on mute.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay.
No problem. We'll start it after 3 minutes. Okay. You okay, Anne? Right, 30 seconds. All right. Let's start through our second conversation. Our second conversation is 20 minutes long. So I'll show on the screen once again on the points that you can share. Any one of you want to start first?
Can I start first?
Sure, go ahead, Aisha.
Okay, so number one, among all the topics we have explored through the session, which one you relate most with? I think personally for me, the learning as an educator, because lifelong learning is very crucial for educators. We will know the reason why we're still learning. All right, and then those pyramids remind me of the reason why or the objective of, us teachers need to explore new methodologies or ways of teaching, okay, with the digital tools, classroom, observation, so on and so forth. And then number two, usefulness. Which portion of this experience was useful to you in life or in profession? How was it useful? For me, by joining this program or this global teacher conversation opens up more opportunities, especially networking, whereby I get to know each and every one of you, especially the international members. Okay, and then I found it useful because I would like to ask a favor from all of you later before we close the session, because I have my school project and I need your help. Okay, teachers. All right, that's why. And then number three, to explore what other topics you would like to explore together with other members if you have the chance. I would like to know more classroom stories, the projects that you have done with your students, because sometimes we need new ideas, we need new projects to be carried out with our own students. So I'm looking forward for the next session of GTC. If you still open to any suggestion, or if we have this program again. All right, so thank you very much, GDT pula, GDT 7. Global teacher conversation tersyasya lah makcik. All right, thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you,
Tadi Fadli
Aisha.
dia sebut sangat GDT tu.
Right. It keeps ringing in our ears. Thank you so much, Aisha. We are very happy to have you around as a member as well. We're glad that you can make it to our second chapter, our 2022 chapter. Right. Definitely we can all listen to you on your school projects, on the project that you want us to hop into. Just let us know how we can help you out with that. We definitely can listen to you. There's a small session before we close our session tonight, which you can sort of share with us what is this school project that you want us to be part of. We will be giving you that chance after. Okay, thank you so much, Aisha. We are so honored to have you as well on GTC. We hope that you will also stay and keep participating in the sessions. I know it's challenging, and to some other people it's also difficult to keep up now that we have so many physical commitment to go to all the kunduris and all the all the events that we need to attend, right? But I'm glad that we can still have discussions no matter how small. Right, Aisha, I give you the power to choose who goes next.
Okay, I would like to hear from Anne.
Right, Anne. Yay, Anne.
Thank you, Aisha. Okay, since I'm honored to be here and also learned a lot, really learned a lot from the previous GTC and even on and off being in with so tight with all the tight schedules and etc. And sometimes it's so hard to get connected because of other things, families and need to be attended to. Okay, among the topics that we explored throughout the sessions, perhaps I can't choose one. I think every session that I had the opportunity to be in the weeks that I was free to be in, every session gave lots of things, the thoughts, the new the new, how to say, exploration, or lots of things that are an eye opener to me, and listening to all the sharings from all of you. So I can't really choose one. So all the sessions was tremendous, and perhaps it really relates to my daily school activities that I carry out. A lot of things that I share, in fact, what I have heard in GTC and experiences. And so I kind of how to say, even gives me ideas to to broaden the horizon, to think in a different way, not being because a lot of things maybe I did not get to explore. Probably I'm not I've lost lost in touch with quite a lot of things during the pandemic and the time that I was unwell and things. So every sessions were, really resonate and gave me a lot of the insights. So every one of y'all really played a very important role here to actually build my the knowledge that I actually learned a lot. So usefulness, yes, experiences were useful. Not only during, I use in my school, whatever, how to say, how to say, maybe in my whatever my duties and in my profession, but also in my coursework, in my study, which I've just started. So it's a lot of things that I'm still learning. And yes, speaking about the pyramid, I think every every levels, I think there is a bits and pieces of everything, I can say, because I don't think that everything I've achieved, or some of it I need to let go or what, but I think everything, there is a little bit of everything. So so I feel that it's a long way to learn, and a long way for achieving a lot of things. And there are a lot of more things, a lot of things that all of us have to need to learn. Yeah, it's a lifelong learning process, as what Aisha said. So it never ends till we go into the 6 feet underground. So so I think yeah, it's a really a tremendous experience of not only in my profession, and also my my life. So explore, yes, topics, especially more on project-based learning. So probably if there is a chance, maybe I would like to share what we have done here in PPDKK. So we have actually we were actually chosen to be the novice school for this project-based learning, and which I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be it's going to be introduced in another, I think, 2 or 3 years time. A new textbook is going to be is for the secondary and primary school. So we have actually worked for about, I think, 6 months for for this project-based learning. It was a great experience that we have explore, and it was a wonderful experience that since our school was chosen, even though it's a rural school, we were chosen to be one of the schools for this novice. So only 4 schools and 1 secondary school. So both primary and secondary schools were involved. So so this PBL textbook, sooner or later it'll be out by the KPM. So as what Aisha was sharing, that she wants, maybe we can share maybe in the next segment, I guess. So, and I would also love to learn from all of y'all, all your stories. It's not just mere stories, but it's a lot of things that, when I sit back and think, there are some times that I still remember. There were times that I still remember what you call it, a Hema shared story once, to something last year. I actually brought into the classroom, and I was trying to implement some sort like that, like when she was sharing about how she gets her student to, do the hairdressing, is it? Last year she was sharing about that, and how she get the student to be more motivated. I still can remember how she, dandan, you're talking about it. So I was telling my students about it. If you want to do something, why don't you start with something easy like what dandan, so things like this. It was like, probably can be funny, but it's it's really good, it's really uplifting, and can really think, things like this is small, but then it's, it's fun, it's nice, it makes the student to how to grow, and to have a different way of learning. You see? Yeah, it's not only chalk and talk. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you. And I will love to choose Fadli.
Hello everyone. Yes, this is like our my second year, and for many of us as well, for second year as well. So the idea of resonating what happened in the previous session, I think what the best one for me, what interests me and has caught my attention the most, is the one that we did, the letter to the past. Yeah, actually, it really, it really stopped me there. Actually, I never really wrote to myself, and then I learned that I have to, understand what I did in the past. We only uploading on Facebook and shared on WhatsApp status. Maybe it's about time that we see things from a different perspectives. That is one thing that I think really love the most. Okay. and the usefulness is that these great ideas are worth sharing, worth compiling, and maybe that one day we can use them and in the class perhaps I'll publish them in the world for the world to see as well. Yes, coming to what Hema talked about the hair, I love, and what Anne mentioned about the hair and everything. Yeah, it was, I remember that my kids, we also have this one, SKM. So my kids actually, they had this book about bread or something. They passed the test. And what I would love to explore in the future, that would be, we've been talking more on teachers' perspectives, perhaps that maybe one day we could, expand the circle, that we could have other, people or other occupation, or, group of different people with different stories to share. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe like flight attendant. Yeah, I mean, they have these different aspects. When I did like a talk show with an engineer, I mean, like that person can talk about, oh, this is all the stuff about physics. I have no idea, because we left that area in the past for so long. So maybe bringing other people into the group, into our circle, can really open our eyes more to see the world from different perspective or angle. Maybe doctors is one thing as well. Okay, I love the idea. Right. Thank you. I'm gonna pass this one to Hayati.
Hi. It's my turn to make for this roundtable. So for the 10th session, actually I only can present. Hadir, okay. I think it's 5 session only. So for the first one is reasoning. Among all the topics we explored to the session, which one you relate most with? I agree with Aisha actually. That one is learning as educators. Because I was educate student for 15 years, then I think I need to improve my own self as a teacher to make sure that I can sustain to educate the other students. The second one is usefulness. Which portion of this experience was useful to you in life or in profession? How was it useful? I think all the sessions in GTC very useful for teachers like myself. uh, because in vocational college, we doesn't have any slot, any improvement about this conversation. I need to find outside of the theory by myself. I think the other teachers uh, experiencing the same thing. Okay. The third one is explore. What are the topics you would like to explore together with other members if you have the chance? I think the first question in my head is how to sustain what we have done in our class, in our education, in our learning for teachers. How to sustain until we have to pension. Apa pension? Right. Okay. So I actually learned a lot of information, experience, and vocab actually because I have lack of communication with English in English. So I use the opportunity to overcome my lack of vocab in communicate English to learn with other members from GTC. And I also actually have a project with Divya to continue about her project. So I would like to learn something from Divya actually, and I would like to learn others from others too, because as I said before, KV is really I don't have any input like this GTC have give to me, such as acknowledge ourselves, like destination, vision. Before this, when I am teaching in class, I don't have any vision. I don't know how to clarify the vision of the class. So whenever I go through from this platform, I have to I can restructure my class uh, through all the session, which is I also integrate financial literacy like Atika and all that. That's right. So I also actually actually I also writing an article about GTC and also writing all the session that I go through from this GTC to as a rujukan. As apa what is rujukan? References for other teachers. So I still learning how to write. I still learning how to communicate because I am from vocational. So GTC was doing great to improve teachers. That sometimes I think our ministry is left us behind. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Yati. We're so glad to hear that you have taken on this journey for yourself. You have taken on the challenge to improve yourself. And this is a very, very commendable actions, right? I know we all come from some points in our life, and you have shown us how important it is not to give up. And please do not give up. And like you said, you want to continue how to sustain until the end of your teaching journey. So we also pray the best for you, Yati. Yati, you want to pass the floor to Hema?
Emma, please.
Hema, your video is
Okay, muted. Sorry.
yeah.
I was excited.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead. Go
My
ahead.
video got a problem, so I closed my video. Okay, actually, I really loved all the topics shared by Atika. I really can't miss any of the session. If I miss, I really felt like, wow, I missed something valuable things that shared by all the teachers. As Aisha and Fazli and Hayati said, all the topic are really close to us. There's a teachers, it's really helpful every day. After the session, I have to get the positive vibes from every teachers that shared. So I always go to school with full of enthusiasm and really have a good mood with my students. Okay, usefulness. Yeah, all the teachers, all the vibes, all the motivations. Actually, I realized that when I started, I keep on complaining that surrounding me, why my management like this, why the teachers like this. At the point, Atika says some of the words that really affected me, and I keep on changing myself, come out with the positive words rather than using all the negative words. Thank you, Atika, for correcting me throughout the years with the beautiful words, beautiful motivation words. All the words are really, even you are younger than me, but I really, whenever I talk to you, I really feel, wow, you are so matured, you are so broad-minded, accepted all the things with an open heart, sharing all the good things. So really learn so many things and explore. Yes, when every teacher sharing your ideas as like, and always keep ahead, have a connecting with the Japan, do the writing, letters, everything. I really want to do, but the thing is, I cannot expose that things, apply that things in my school. But I really eager to share the ideas from Fadli, from Aisha, from Ayati, that you are doing so many crazy things. So when I listen that, really crazy, that I really want to use that, but it's okay. Come this year, I really like to explore more and try to apply a few things that really capable with my students, and really hope there is a GTC 3.0, and really eager want to share. I really want one thing to present, right? So for coming session, I try to top up and try to deliver effective things that I done in my class, especially for my students. Thank you, Atika, and thank you all the good souls here. Really push each other with the beautiful words, supportive words, really motivating each other. Thank you. So blessed. And one word is really so blessed to have this group. And thank you so much, Adhika. And I cannot stop with the one word thanks, but if got the chances 1,000 times, I will keep on saying that I really hutang with you, because you are, it's an eye opener to me, really. You are such a beautiful soul. Because of you, I met so many friends here. Thank you. Oh, I read you.
Oh, thank you, Hema. Thank you for those kind words. Well, this is all on the members of GTC as well. You are all the kind and beautiful souls that came, and just when when we keep on reminding ourselves in every step of our journey as to the intention, the original intention of why GTC is established. Me and also other founders, like, we are not doing this for money, we are not doing this for fame, we're doing this for those who need it. And like Hema, she mentioned how we're so humble to the fact that, oh, this is an escape that you go to, and you just sort of have this refresh button before you go to school, and you go to school with a positive mind, with a positive heart. And this is something that is really something that we hope that everyone finds GTC is really helpful or very useful to you. We're not trying to achieve some very high over the top objective. We want to make sure that we care how you grow as a human, you grow as a person, and you grow as an educator. Because how an educator is as a person reflects how the educator educates, right? So thank you so much, everyone. I'm hearing all these lovely words and how you guys are benefiting from conversing with each other. I hear a lot of what you say was useful was primarily the conversation that you have had with each other. This is how the exchanging of ideas, opinions, and questions and answers takes place. This is great. And I also hear you that you suggested that we keep all of these treasures somewhere, right? It have to be recorded. Well, our sessions are always recorded, but Fadli, it's interesting, and you say, oh, we can, have this written somewhere, have a book written. it's funny how you say that, because I also think of the same thing. Like we can have like a mini series of teachers' diaries, right? We have a lot of stories that we shared throughout the sessions that we can definitely turn into writing. I'm sure you also can help with proofreading, Yati, Aisha too. I don't want to get you guys too excited first. Let's go through the possibility and process of doing that. And if we can do that, I would definitely reach out to you guys in terms of publishing works together. Mm, thank you so much, Yeti, for mentioning us in your article, in your conferences. We're glad that you find us useful, and you also share us with other people. I'm interested with the expanding circle to people of different occupation and different profession. Yeah, this is something that we can try and explore into. A lot of you guys mentioned about motivation, so this is a very timely conversation, in which now it's already the second chapter of GTC. We already have from the first GTC to the second GTC, we have a cumulative of 12 months of sessions. It's already 1 year, right? So how do we keep moving on? How do we keep moving forward? Would there be a GTC 3.0? Would there be a GTC 2023? So what do we need to keep on going, right? So how to keep us motivated to keep on going? One of the things that I learned from wise people is that your life are built with routines, right? What are your routines in life? Every day you wake up from your sleep. That's a routine. You go to shower. That's a routine. You brush your teeth. That's a routine, right? You eat. That's a routine. You pray. That's also a routine, right? You go to work. That's a routine, right? But what about things that excite you? What about things that motivate you? What about things that perhaps take you away from all the stress of working, from all the heartbreak of relationship, from all the things that keeping you sane? So these wise peoples have mentioned a few times about having challenges or having a side quest, right? Something that is not related to what you need to do routinely every day, but it is something that you do and you feel there is the need to achieve or accomplish this. So I also want to throw a question to you guys about new challenges, right? What is one thing you would like to challenge yourself with this year? I've asked this question at the beginning of the session. This is the question that I want you to think about, maybe 1 to 1.5 minutes if you don't already have it. What is these new challenges? One thing you would like to challenge yourself with. It doesn't have to be related to your profession. It doesn't have to relate to anything, right? It could be, oh, I actually want to learn how to cook, for example, not mine, for example, right? Since you have been ordering Grab food every day and you find that it's not really that healthy to your purse or wallet, right? So your new challenge is, oh, I want to challenge myself to cook one new dish every week, for example. So, oh, I see someone. Hema said, Hema wants to focus on health as her new challenge. So anyone else want to go ahead? We don't need the 1.5 minutes. If you don't need to, you can just unmute and share.
Okay, I would like to share one thing that I would like to challenge myself this year is to publish a book.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Do you already have an idea of what kind of a book you want to publish?
Yeah, it's kind of collection of classroom stories
Ah.
from this team we call Edufluencer from KPM. So we are trying to get my friends and my team to write a book. Yeah, inshallah.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Anyone else? Okay, Mas, that's perfectly well. Yes.
I actually challenge myself to further my study
Okay.
in engineering technology, which is before I only I actually study in vocational and technic education.
Okay.
So I was challenged to do industries research. So I got the grant from industry from UPHM. So I will further my study. I am targeting for 1 year only.
Good luck with that. All right. And Fadli, what about you guys?
I think I'm gonna try action research this year.
Interesting.
I'm gonna try to participate in competition. Yeah. I never really get the opportunity or put myself on the spot.
You always put yourself on the spot as an MC.
For action research, it's a kind of a new thing. I hate, it's like very technical writing, all this stuff, right? So it's a bit, demanding.
It's a lot, but if you enjoy it, maybe.
Nah, that's the kind of way. No, I'm not gonna enjoy.
It's okay. Not
At least
everything.
one. At least one.
Yeah. Not everything have to be enjoyable, right? It's okay. All right. Cool. And what about you? What is that one thing you want to challenge yourself with?
This is not new, but then I'm going to restart back. I'm going to restart.
All right.
That is because everything was like the momentum actually dropped. Now I have to pick it up. I have to give the challenge to like what Fazli said. My action research, how I used to do presentation, everything. I don't know why everything is like gone. And then I don't know, the speaking skill and the guts to speak up, everything has been it's not Anne Michelle anymore. I don't know why. Everything has been gone, so I need to bring back that and put things in order to get the challenge. So I have to take that challenge back again. And I told myself, 2023, it has to be, and I'm going to do it. I get to start back somewhere. So I have to take, I have to draw back the challenge.
So your challenge is about participating in presentation, at conferences, writing. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. All right. I'm glad that you got motivated by Fadli after listening to Fadli's challenge. Now, I also would like to share with you guys the kind of new challenge I would like to take up this year. I'm also thinking of furthering my studies. So by furthering studies also, it requires me to pick up another language.
Standing
So
ovation.
so because it requires me to take up another language, because the requirement is their national language. I would love to challenge myself to pass topic level 3. Topic is the fluency, the language proficiency test for Korean. I don't know. I mean, I can sort of understand. I can sort of speak. I do speak Korean with my Korean friends, but that's on the conversation, not the formal one. So I don't know how I'm going to start this, but I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to challenge myself to. There are 5 levels. I'm going to get at least level 3. Yeah, so I hope you guys remember, put this challenge somewhere to remind you that this is the kind of challenge that you want to achieve, that despite all of the sadness, despite all of the challenges, the life challenges that you face, despite that how tired it is, you being in your job, you remind yourself, oh, I have this one side chick that I can play with. I can write my book, for example, Aisha said. And this will keep me motivated. Okay, what excite me today? Oh, I will learn 10 new words, 10 new Korean words, so that I can do this better, right? And keep this somewhere. Remind yourself that when everything else fails, you still have these challenges that you can do, and to keep you motivated along the way. And why I want to close with keeping us motivated, so that you will keep yourself motivated at least until we open up the 2023 chapter. I will not disclose here when the 2023 chapter will be. This is still something that is very much under consideration as to when we will start the 2023 chapter. It is also good for me to hear from you guys what you possibly want next, so we can curate better contents and curate better experiences for you guys. Okay, all right. Oh, I coach for action research. Aisha, are you a coach for action research?
I would like to share with all of you. I'm
Yes.
not actually the coach, but I do have some experiences with action research. Okay, and then I'm responsible for the action research for Delta Darul Aman English Language Teaching Association as the innovation and research director. So yes, join us, and Fadli and all of you. We can help you, no problem. Hema is in our group already. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fadli.
Actually, I'm very busybody, even the Delta for the English teachers. But since Dr. Satira and all the experts are there, I say I must join to gain some of the knowledge, how they construct, how they come up with the idea, solution, everything is really helpful. And previous, they want to present. I say, no, I want to present first. And I got so many suggestions and motivation words from the Dr. Satira. And I come up with one title, and then they changed by Dr. Satya. Is really helpful. And Aisha is also very active during the conducting the class, and Fazli and must join. They're really helpful promoting Delta Pula. Okay, sorry, thank you.
It's okay. You this is where you guys can just share whatever you want to share your where other groups that you are that you're joining, so other people can also benefit from it, right? I don't think these groups are exclusive, that only certain people can join. Partly, there you go. There you go. You have your networks here that can lean you into action research. It also proved how small the world is, because I also know Dr. Satira. So Dr. Satira, we got her as one of the panel judge for financial education action research last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just so lovely for us to be speaking, and I know this person too. I know this person too, right? So we know in our group, so Aisha can be a go-to person when we wanna check in with her about action research. This is lovely to help. Is this helpful to you, Fadli?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I know Delta because many of my friends are in there. I'm from Penang actually. Sharida and those people. It's Zainuddin, Zainuddin. Yeah, I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to go back to Penang actually. Pray for me for this EG Tukar.
I wonder why the name is EG Tukar when the probability of Tukar is less than 0.000.
Yeah, more like AG suffering.
Yeah.
JB needs Fazli.
Oh God, 10 years, 10 years.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Fadli. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Hema. Thank you, Anne and Yati. And also thank you to all our members who have participated and have been engaging in our 2022 chapter. As I have mentioned in the email and also in our group, tonight is our final GTC 2022 session. And also, as I have mentioned, I dare not say when we will resume for 2023 chapter. So look out for email updates, okay? We will definitely
Sure.
send you email. We will definitely send you an email update. We have started with meet and greet at the end of July 2022. And we're concluding the 2022 chapter in the middle of February 2023. So thank you. Like Hema said, thank you is too simplistic of a word for me to convey, for us to convey how grateful we are to have you guys around and to see this exchange of conversation going around, to see how we are communicating with each other, how we are benefiting and through the networking that we have, and for me to just keep having been re-energized every time I'm moderating the session for you guys. You guys are very wonderful people, very talented, and very wise beyond your years, and more than you think we have done something for you. It's more like you guys have done something for us in return, and you guys have definitely influenced us in a lot of ways possible. So thank you. Really thankful for your participation and also your engagement. So let's take a photo. So thank you and take care and see you again. Let's take a photo before we end the session. Okay, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's my quota, you guys. Anyone else can? Anyone else wanna help screenshot this? Hema wanna screenshot this?
I think my one, I don't know what happened.
All right, you can try
Yeah,
again.
try to.
You can try again. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, before all of you stop
Yes,
here.
yes,
Okay.
you want to share? Sure,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
I need all of your help. Yeah.
Mhm.
I will be conducting this what we call hybrid job mock interview. So I need as many as interviewers to be with me, because I have been carried out this project based learning for 4 to 5 years, and now I have to find new pool of teachers or educators or industrial person to interview the students. And for
Right.
this year, because I did join Global Teacher Conversation, I would like to go international so that I can have our GTC team members to help me interview my student, and also we will invite some other students of maybe 2 or 3 nations, if Fadli want to join, so probably from Johor or and from, other parts of Malaysia. So I need your contact number, your email address, and your institution. So how should I do that, Tika? Can I get
All right.
the email address and the details?
Sure. This is what I can suggest to you is how you can approach this. You start off an interest form using a Google form. A simple one can do. So you put a little bit of information as to when and how the hybrid mock interview would be. What does it mean by hybrid? Does it mean some people can do a physical mock interview, or does it mean some people can do online? Like a summary, like a simple information. When, like, how much, like how long is the commitment? How many hours, for example? And then you can ask them for their names, their phone number, email address, and what other details that you need from the Google form as they sign up as your mock interviewer.
Okay. I mean, I prepare everything and then I forward to you. You will share, or I have to share?
You can share in our group. You can share in our group. I will also share through the group listing through email. Okay.
Okay. What I have in my email, I only have your email address and my address. I mean, that's all that I have.
Yes, because we work on a privacy concern.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to
So
prepare the
so
form
you can
first.
you can prepare the form and perhaps some wording. So for our GTC Telegram group, you can just post it on your own.
Oh, I'm
You're
not in
not
that
there?
group.
We're not there?
No.
People, how can we miss Aisha?
No, I'm not in the Telegram group.
How are you not? How are you not?
Are you serious?
Are you serious, Aisha?
Serious lah. Let me check. What
Okay,
is the name?
okay, Aisha.
Ah,
Oh, I
lah.
have contacted you. I have contacted you when you applied, right?
Okay.
And okay, I've checked. So my last text was, hold on. This is a
Just
personal
invite me lah,
conversation.
Tika. I don't know where you work as well.